there it is. I'm like, I'll steal that back in a second.
Oh my gosh, that food was so good.
I got some water. I wanted the mac and cheese.
And jalapenos.
Well, that sounds amazing.
It was so good.
I had brisket with peanut butter on it.
Gross.
That sounds weird.
It was brisket without peanut butter. It was really, really good.
All right, welcome back. So we are here for the afternoon session.
I'm missing something. Thank you.
All right. Oops, now I got to log it in. All right, 1 second. All right, welcome back. This is the Midwest VEX Change-Up Showcase event here in Grandville. Welcome. You have found the afternoon session. We will be starting off right away with qualification match number 14. In match 14, we have 4410B, Technocracy. I got to figure out how to say that word right. Technocracy Bravo from South Eden. They're the South Eden Robotics Club out of St. Cloud, Wisconsin. They were the Wisconsin State Champions for the 2020-2021 school year. They are teamed up with 288C Nerd Herd out of Grandville, Michigan. On the blue team, 355V. That is the Orange Mambas. They're Fox Valley Robotics out of Batavia, Illinois. And their teammate is 9364D Iron Eagles Doge. They're Brentwood Academy out of Brentwood, Tennessee. They're just doing the final, making sure their robots are ready to go. Looks like I've got 2 controllers out on the ground. Looks like maybe 3 controllers out of the ground, 4 controllers out of the ground. Looks like thumbs up. Everybody's ready to go. All right, let's see what we get for autonomous. Red immediately gets 1 in the center. Their teammate gets 1 in the corner. Looks like they're both going for the center. Let's see if they can get in. They throw 1 on top. It doesn't really do anything. So red completes their home row. Blue completes their home row. So now it's a count. So each team will get the win point and a tie. All right, no advantage. This is all on driving. But each team will automatically have a win point. So we'll see what happens. Each team gets 3 points. And that little star on the screen, that is the win point. So let's see what they can do. So a little bit of defense here in that top right corner. So usually people just score faster than their others, but they're playing a little bit of defense. We'll see if that works. A little bit of bumping on the way by. So the blue team was waiting for the red team to score on that left side. Then they quickly go through. Red takes 1 right back, but then they miss 1. They miss another. So they fired a little too fast. Blue fires 1 way out of the field, but then they take another back. So a little bit of slamming around. We'll see there all 4 teams are on the blue side of the field right now. Oh, one of the blue teams came over to the other side to get out of the way. So one of the blue teams takes that middle tower. A lot of times they won't take that middle tower until the end. So you'll see stuff bouncing back and forth multiple times. So what the blue team's doing, the red team's over there in that top left corner. They almost, there they go, now they got it. So red team's going around, another red score. Another red score, another red score. Look at how fast these teams are changing. So both red teams, unfortunately, they got in each other's way because they were both going for the same Same tower. A little bit of defense there by blue, just mostly getting in the way. Red said, fine, we'll go take the center and get rid of a row. If it works, it looks like... No, it did not. So blue's got 2 rows right there, maybe 3. Blue has 2 rows. That looks like it'll be blue. We'll wait for a final score. Both teams will get win points. So that will help both teams in their rankings. We'll have the score here in a few seconds. Looks like both referees have agreed on or have their scores in. Let's see if they agree. Looks like they do. And we will post that score up and let's see what happens. Oh, red 22, blue 19, very close. Wait, that says red takes it. All right. I must have missed a red row. Yep, I missed a red row. So both teams had 1 row. So it was a ball count. Nicely done, teams. All right. They are loading up for match 15. So you'll see the teams talking at the table. Well, you can't see it, but we have teams on the table. We have a 10-foot table. They each get an end. Well, actually, it's an 8-foot table, and they're robots. They each get a foot on the end, so there's 6 feet between them, so that they can talk some strategy before. So on this one, the red side, we have 244B. Is it eventually yet? Out of Grandville. They are paired up with 2011F. That is FaZe Clan out of Broadview Heights, Ohio. On the blue side, we have 288D, Jake from State Farm, Grandville, Michigan, against 2011B. And that's another Broadview Heights, Ohio team. So we got a Grandville and a Broadview paired with a Grandview and a Broadview Heights also. So it should be entertaining. These teams should all know each other reasonably well, so we'll see what happens. So it looks like we're almost ready. All right. Final adjustments. 244B, looks like they are all set. They're waiting for their connection. I got 3 controllers on the ground. Here in Grandville, we do ask the teams to put their controllers on the ground during autonomous. And the reason for it is twofold. 1, it says they're ready. And 2, it also shows for anybody watching that these teams are not controlling the robots during autonomous. It is strictly programming. So it looks like the red team's having 1 team member do a full home run. The blue hits on both. Hopefully they don't cycle too many. Blue took out one of their own. Oh, the red team missed on one. So blue with the home row win point and autonomous win. Red just missed on one. So now red finishes it up, but that's where blue has a nice advantage because they can just go score. They don't have to mess around with it. So we'll see what happens. So you're seeing some very fast changeovers in teams. The red team was actually just waiting for the blue team to drop the 2 blue balls. Oops, and they jammed their own. So a little bit of bump and they're trying to score, and they do. So now blue comes over. So you've got these 2 teams just fighting over this one corner really quick. So we'll see what happens. So you got the 2 Grandville teams are fighting for this corner. The one team was trying to get a ball and the other's trying to cycle the tower, and they do. They grab another and they threw another one on top of a tower they already had. Seems like kind of In this match, they might not have time for that kind of changeover, in that you really need to just get control of the tower and go somewhere else, because these are all such good robots. You don't want to waste time changing things over, because you can see how fast these teams, they are changing towers something fierce. 2011 and 2011. We got F and B, and both of them are have just very, very fast mechanisms with it to change things with. Little bit of a bump by the red team there to make sure they didn't lose the tower, and then they take it right back. They follow that other team. Now they're saying 10 seconds. I'm going to throw one in the middle and play a little bit of defense. I'm going to block them both. Can I get that corner? Can he get the angle on it? Nope. Looks like blue might have that top left. They're going to have to check and see if that ball's in. Red. Did red get one dropped in that top on the left side? They did not. So this will be no rows by the look of it. Again, blue had autonomous. No rows puts blue at a big advantage. So the ball count, so that would make red have to have 6 more of their balls in the tower, and that's not very likely. Final score is, let's see what we get. 20-6 blue. Oh, blue did have a row. I missed the one on the left side. Sometimes from my vantage point, I can't see every tower, depending on where teams are standing. All right, but it didn't. Blue did win anyways. All right, we are loading in for match 16. Already I'm seeing on the blue side is actually the state champion team for the state of, or for Michigan. 244D and 244A teamed up here in Michigan to win the state championship. They are going against, on the red side, 536C, which is Life, Xavier High School, Appleton, Wisconsin, and 288F, Goblin, out of Grandville. So obviously the Grandville teams are all very familiar with them. We'll see what they decide. It looks like for the blue side, 244D so far has hit the home row with cycling only their own color every time. So we'll see if they manage to do that again. So double checking the colors, double checking the lineup. They got the field set. We'll check the intakes. Let's see what these teams are doing. 288F's waiting for the connection, so they have to actually connect to the field. Everyone's ready. Let's see what happens. So both red teams are doing it on their own. They do get one. Do not get the full cycle. Oh, the one red team cycled too many. And the blue team gets one to balance on top. This will be interesting. But they took control of it, and that gives them a blue row. So that's almost impossible to get. So that's actually one of the, blue will get the advantage, but that's the first time 244D didn't get a win point. Blue has the advantage, so this will make things interesting. So right off the bat, they ram into each other. They do the quick back into a tower, take it over. So they're trying to change sides, so you'll see how they do. So you see the team, the drive coach, so that extra person sitting there is what's called, they are referred to as the drive coach. So they try to look at the whole field to suggest where the driver should go next. Right now, red's got Blue has most of the towers, and blue is actually waiting for some to take over. So now that they're getting it, they're able to take over. Red's starting to change some over fast. So both of these blue teams are extremely quick. Both of the red teams are extremely quick. 244A is having them putting a little too much spin on the ball. They're actually having them come out on them. So, but you're kind of seeing the teams. Some are going clockwise. Some are kind of going wherever. You got both blue teams in the same area. So generally you don't want that. You want to get away from each other. So 244D just pushes 288F out of its. So we'll see what happens. So now 244D is grabbing a bunch of balls. They've got a couple towers that they push 288F out of the way. 288F pushes them out of the way. So they're trading towers left and right. So 244D is now going to try and empty that center tower. They were trying to do it that they could pick up. Oh, they did not get that tower emptied. That could hurt them. I do not see many blue top balls. I see a red row. I see 2 red rows. I think red might have come back on this one. That will give 244D their first loss. They were the top seed at this point. They were in the top spot, so we'll see what happens. All right, they're double checking what's touching, what's not touching. So blue might be touching, which I don't know if it'll matter actually. So red's got a couple rows, so it looks like red's going to win this one. So they're double checking. Let's see what we get for a final score. Red comes back 21-14 in spite of not winning autonomous. They make up for it, and they take out very high-ranked team. All right, we are getting ready for match number 17. We're running a little ahead of schedule because we started a little ahead of schedule to get started. So right now we've got the rankings showing. We'll see where these teams are at so far. We will continue with qualification this afternoon, and then we will have an additional, let's see, I don't even, about 20 additional matches. No, more than that. About 25 tomorrow morning also. So then the finals will be after lunch on Sunday. So this is qualification match number 17. On the red side, we have 248D Dauntless. They are teamed up with 248A, which is world qualified. Both those teams are from Grandville. On the blue side, we have 2011E Exhaustion. They're Brecksville from Broadview Heights, Ohio. Sorry, they're Exhaustion from Brecksville Broadview Heights High School in Broadview Heights, Ohio. It's a lot of B's. And they are teamed up with 288A, which is Alpha out of Grandville. So everybody's getting their robots lined up. We'll see what happens. Everybody's making sure they're lined up and ready to go. So a little interesting setup here for the blue team. So as they're standing in different areas. So it looks like they're setting it up. We'll see what happens for one team to go all the way and do the entire home row as the programming by the looks of it. We'll see if that's the case or not.
All right, I'll put the colors on the ground, so let's see if this is 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's see what happens. Looks like they're all moving. Red just misses on one, throws one up out of the field. Their teammate completes the other one, just like that. This will be a ball count based on numbers. Both teams will get their home row win point. On count, looks like Red has the autonomous. Well done, autonomous. All right, Red with the autonomous win. Both teams do get their win points. So now teams are already talking, what's their strategy? What are they going for? Where are they going? What can they change fast enough? So sometimes you get so many balls jammed in these towers, like that top left, it was actually difficult for the team to score it because there were so many in the way. So sometimes they'll get an extra one in. So the red team pushing the blue team out of the way, but it didn't really matter because they were going that way anyways. So blue seeing if they can shove that top right corner. There's so many balls in there, they're actually struggling to get it lined up to shoot it, and they just gave up. They might be having a little intake issue also, so we'll see if that bites them later. Their teammate, 288A, is quickly running around resetting the field. Looks like 2011E is having a little bit of issue with their intake. So 248A was playing a little bit of defense on the way by. Now they've got their intake and their outtake working pretty well. Let's see what they can do. So, oh, now they're having the issue again. Now they got it working. All right, sorry about that. We got that going. So blue's jumping to try and take that middle. They do indeed get the middle.
20-second commercial.
So let's see. It's looking pretty close. So that autonomous will be very critical by the looks of it. How fast can they do it? There's a quick changeover. Can they get it? Can they change it over in the last 2 seconds? They can. Hopefully they're not touching. That's huge for blue in that top right corner. Blue is okay. That gives them 3 rows. 1, 2, 3 with that diagonal. Very important. If they would have been touching, they would have cost 2 rows. As it is, that's 3 rows. That will make up for red with the autonomous win. Very close. That was right at the end for blue to take that over. So that was probably the difference in the match right there. So they're making sure they get the count right for the ball count. But this looks like it'll be a blue win, but we'll get the official score here. Blue indeed, 27-13. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial and we'll be right back.
Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school.
And those scenes that we had were actually from lunch today. To keep everybody outside, we actually had food trucks come in so that the teams could eat by themselves and get their food outside, stay distanced. It seemed to work really well. The teams seemed to appreciate the different food they had. They had barbecue and a different Mexican food truck and a few other items, so it worked out well. So we are back. Qualification match number 18 on the red side, 355E Eagle, Fox Valley Robotics, Batavia, Illinois. 9364G, that is Iron Eagles Gamer Squad, Brentwood Academy, Brentwood, Tennessee. On the blue side, 248C, Concrete, Grandville, Michigan. And 2011D, that is Dipstick. That's Brecksview Broadview Heights High School, Broadview Heights, Ohio. So we have in this match Tennessee, Illinois, Michigan, and Ohio. So obviously these teams do not have a chance to play against each other very much, as it's 4 states covered. So one of the teams making sure they've got their robot in specification. So you have to stay within a cube that's 18 inches on a side. So Eagle is setting up their robot, and they'll put that ball right on top, and they pop out. And the idea is if you watch it, that thing pops, and that guides their ball into the towers when it comes through the combine. But then right now, when it pops out, it'll actually flip the ball in the tower. So teams are talking really quick to make sure they get the ball in the right spot. It's off by a little. The programming will be affected. So that's what the teams need to do is ask. We ask them not to change it themselves, but to let the officials. So blue cycled a few extra times, and they got lucky, and it still managed to throw it in. Oh, and red had a misfire on that last corner. Blue gets the home row and the advantage, so they get that bonus win point. So red's got to make up for that right off the bat. So that's 6 points. You need a row. A row is worth 6 points. Autonomous is worth 6 points. So you're seeing these teams all 4 of these teams extremely quick at cycling towers. So just like that, they are throwing balls left and right. They are changing towers almost faster than you can even keep track of. Just like that, red dumps it. Blue dumps another. They're trying to get that. Had an issue here on this corner they didn't get. So they're finishing up their home row, but they got to come back to this top one. Red gets another in the meantime. So we'll see. Sometimes you'll see teams, they'll put one in a tower that they already own, and it actually wastes quite a lot of time on there. So in some matches they might have chance to do it, but this looks close enough. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to really put balls on top of balls they already have. Right now, blue's got the advantage. They've got, wow, in the last 10 seconds, they changed over to their advantage 4 towers. That worked amazingly well. And now they just missed on that center tower. Now, nope, they did get it. Red bumps it out, so no one's got the center tower. We've got 5 seconds left. Can somebody get a tower in those final 5 seconds? Neither gets it. But I see a red row. There's a blue row. That looks like, so then again, the autonomous, red needed one more row than blue, and it doesn't look like they get it. They were able to get it because both teams spun out that center. No one's got that center tower. So we will see what this final is. Very close match right to the end. You see one tower change. Yep. 20-11. So that's where that autonomous is so important. That's the difference right there. All right, when we come back, it will be match 19. All right, match 19 on the red side, 11124R. That is T-Rex Push-Ups, Elyria High School, Elyria, Ohio. 248E, Stardust Creators, Grandville Robotics out of Grandville, Michigan. 98725B, that's Falcon, Rochester Hills Christian in Rochester Hills, Michigan. And 288F Goblin out of Grandville High School also. So they're making sure they get their programs, they're making sure they're connected, making sure they're lined up right. All right, I got 3 controllers on the ground. 4th is on the ground. They're double checking it's right. They're asking about the positioning of the ball. So the ball's allowed within about plus or minus an inch every way, but sometimes it'll be a little more, and those robots, it will make a difference if they're 2 inches out of position. So let's see what they do. Red gets 2 in. Blue cycles all of theirs. Can they get their last one in? Are they getting in each other's way? Blue cycles it in. Did red get their home run? Both teams have their home row. This will be a ball count on who cycled how many out. So they got to add it up. So they're counting reds and blues. See how many balls are counted. It looks like so now they're double checking, making sure everybody agrees. All right. Referees are making sure they agree, and they do. This will be a total tie, and both teams will get the win point. Well done. So this will go all on the drivers. You're seeing, let's see where the different teams go. How do they do it? Where are they going? So you'll see some go a different way. One of the keys is not going to the same tower. So you're seeing the blue team started going to the same tower. Can they do? So you're seeing the drive coaches saying, here, grab this one, grab that one, do this. So they're telling them, some have extra people telling them what their timing is, how much time they have left, how much time they don't have left. So just like that, Goblin had actually spun too fast, and it spun their own out. So let's see what happens. There's almost too many balls in that corner, and Goblin's unable to actually cycle it. So instead, they spent a lot of time, and all they got's another red in there. So that was not too great for them, because that unfortunately spends a lot of time. Red's got a big advantage right now. What can they do? So, the one struggling a little bit there. They got it in there. All right, and that. Looks like 288F has an issue with their combine. It's not working right now. Now it is. There it goes. So how fast can they cycle? Because they have only got 10 seconds left. How fast can they do it? Can they get a corner? There's a little bit of defense there. The last few seconds. Broke a row, but there's a lot of red. I see 2 red rows right off the bat. 3 red rows. So this will be red. So when we'll go to a commercial, we're going to have a little bit of issues with the, they're going to have to do some field repair after this, which is pretty common this year. Obviously, these teams, these robots are pretty powerful, and they've got some speed. They hit hard. Let's see what this final score is. One advantage is both teams will get win points regardless. We have a final score of 30-4. So red really did a great job there in that final. It was really close. with about 20 seconds left, and all of a sudden it was not anymore. All right, so we're going to take, once I get a commercial back on, we will come back to that. You switch it back? Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School.
All right, welcome back. A little bit of field repair. We are on qualification match number 20. On the red side, we have 244D Dutch. They are paired with 7567C. Pi is 3. On the blue side, 4410B, Technocracy, Bravo, and 2011B. Looks like both teams finished their home row. It's on score. Both will get a win point. So let's see what happens. Each team will get 3 points for autonomous, but they get those win points. And this will all be in driver. Let's see what happens. So you can see some go some direction, others go other directions. 7, 5, 6, 7 doing a little bit of defense, but also just getting in the way. A lot of times that's all you need to do. You don't want, this year's, it's not much of a defensive game. So you can play defense. The issue with defense a lot of times is that it takes too long to do anything. So these are a couple of really good teams. It looks like the only issue is, oh, it looks like 7567C got stuck in the tower, and they are a little slower than the other 3 robots on the field. So that will hurt them. 4410B just actually, they fed so fast it actually popped out of the thing. So 244D is cycling fast there. Now it looks like they're having a little bit of better go with it. They're still struggling a bit on getting the ball out. So you've got these teams, they're firing back and forth super fast. Just amazing how fast some of these robots are, how fast they can cycle. So the Traverse City team's having a little bit of struggle just because they can't cycle as fast as the others. So what do we... I'm seeing a lot of blue. There's at least 1 blue row. 2 blue rows. No one's got the middle. Check that final row. We might have 3 blue rows. So it depends if that robot 2011B is touching in that bottom middle tower. I can't see it well. So, but it looks like blue will win this one. So you see how fast those towers were changing. There's only 1 in each one because they were just jamming one in and going. We will see what we get for a final score.
All right, we got a final. Make your blue on. We're going to take this one.
28-5. So blue must have that tower. They were not touching, and that's the difference. All right, that was our 20th qualifying match of the day. So right now on the field, we will have our rankings to this point. Now these rankings can change quite a bit, as that was the 20th match. And we will have 63 qualification matches. So these teams are going to get to play a lot of matches today and tomorrow, just in qualifying alone. So we're going to see what happens here. All right, here in match 21, on the red side, 9364B, Iron Eagles El Diablo. Their partner is 536C, that's Life. On the blue, 355E, Eagle, is paired up with 248A, World Qualified. So once again, we've got 4 different states represented here. We have Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Tennessee. So watch on the red side, 9364B Eldorado. They'll be the top left of your screen. So their robot launches to start. So they've got to try and get it in the right spot so that it lands in. They got to get the angle right. They got to get the distance right. So they're everybody's getting their programming. Now I got 3 controllers on the ground. Eagle's adjusting their last little bit, making sure their pop top's in the right spot. Are we ready? All right, let's see what happens. It fires and just bounces out. Just missing. But we'll see if it adjusted. And it did not score that center tower. So there's sometimes it will actually score the middle. Let's see what we have. But red did get quite a few in. Blue also got a bunch in. So now they're discussing because the red team had a ball bounce across.
Sorry, all the time the thing that goes to the red. There was a question about a ball that did roll across that was transferred by the red team, but didn't impact the Blues autonomy, so they don't get, unlike last year, they don't get an auto win. So we're going to go ahead and play fire control.
Yep, the question was last year, if a block went across the line, that decided auton. So you had to be very careful. This year, it's not the same. It has to actually visibly affect. So both blue teams ran into each other, so that doesn't help. So it kind of slows you down when you do that. So the red team has one robot that can score and one robot that D-scores. Now the advantage that D-scoring robot has on this match is they did win autonomous. So before, they did not win autonomous. And that will hurt them a lot. So they can feed them in. They just have to literally shove them in the bottom, which works fine. If you know how to do it, it works very fast and works very well. So they're working with their teammate. Right now, red's whole goal, red's entire goal is just to not allow rows. That's their main thinking. They don't care if... So they're having a little of a problem with too many balls jammed up in that corner. So they will just keep scoring and then hope their teammate can manage to score some. But the big thing is, they don't care if they get a row. They just don't want blue to have a row, no matter what. As long as blue doesn't have a row, they don't care. That's red's driving, especially with the D-score bot, the 9364B. Their goal is don't worry about score. Just misses at the last second to get that ball in, but now they got to see if red's touching. If red is not touching, I got thumbs up. That gave red a row. That red in the middle is good. That gives red a row. I do not see a blue row. So red had the autonomous win, and in the row should be the difference, but we'll wait. I'm seeing the red team with thumbs up to each other, so they agree. We'll see what the referees give for a final score, though. See if the referees agree, because that's what really matters. And the referees did agree with that. Red 19, blue 5. And that was qualification match number 21. We come back, it'll be number 22.
Top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we
All right, they are finalizing the field setup. This is match number 22 on the red side. 2011D Dipstick is teamed with 2011E Exhaustion, both from Broadview Heights, Ohio. On the blue side, 288D Jake from State Farm from Grandville, and 98725B Falcon from Rochester Hills Christian. Can they both get it? So this will come to the last if 2011 can cycle, and they do. It looks like both teams will get the win point, but red will win. All right, lots of ramming into each other. Let's see what happens. So you're seeing some very quick robots from the blue. The two red robots from Breckville Broadview Heights High School. They are two of the higher ranked teams in the nation, actually, I believe. D and E, yep, they're doing pretty good. So you're seeing some of the top teams in the nation. So it's a great challenge for blue. So blue's doing a good job. So you're seeing a lot of balls jammed in. Right now, red's got the advantage on you're looking at tower count. But, again, that can change quick, as they both just got 2 towers. But unfortunately for them, red's got pretty much all the rest of them. So blue's got to find some. Most of their balls are all jammed in one area, so that doesn't help for blue. So you're seeing these teams trade off scores pretty fast. This is well done match. So blue just can't seem to get. Oh, they just miss. Oh, red just missed. Blue just missed again. Unfortunately, they're struggling a little bit. So seeing a lot of red towers. Blue sneaks by. 288D sneaks by to take that corner out. And they try to knock out that middle. They can't quite do it. And unfortunately, that's 3 rows because they couldn't knock out that middle row. So there's a red. So there is a lot of red towers, all but one. So red had one autonomous also. This will be a red victory. We'll see what the score is. Pretty high score for red. Well done. All right, 46-5. Those two teams, 2011D and 2011E, are showing why they are ranked so high so far during qualification. So here you're seeing the rankings. You're seeing teams move up and down quite a lot right now. Obviously, they have a lot of time to make up. They have plenty of time to come back and score more. So even if they are struggling a little bit with their ranking right now, they can make up quite a bit. All right, looks like we're about ready. They're just finishing their setup. This will be 23 on the red side, 9364D, Iron Eagles Doge. Teamed up with 11124R, T-Rex Push-Ups from Elyria High School. On the blue side, 288C, that is Nerd Herd from Grandville, is teamed up with 9364G, Iron Eagles Gamer Squad. So the two Tennessee teams are against each other, so they'll know what the other one's used to doing. All right, looks like the teams are ready. Let's see what we get. Red cycles the one tower, but one falls out. Let's see if they can hit the middle. It looks like blue does complete their home row. Red just missed the center. Blue will get the win point and the autonomous for 6 points. So now Red's going to have to make up for it. They've got a bit of work. So there you're seeing quick cycling by 9364G. But now they're getting a little stuck. They got to get that last one out. They didn't quite get enough horsepower to spin that thing up to the top. Now it goes. Their teammate got another. The two red robots are actually pushing each other around. So that's mixing things up a little bit. Red cycled the tower, but unfortunately they cycled the blue into it, so they had to stay there a little bit longer and finish. The blue teammate's able to come in there, and they're going to... Oops, looks like they had a little bit of problem. Looks like 288C is having a little bit of issues. Oh, they just missed again. So it spun and shot it out, so that's wasting a bit of time is the problem. So that's the issue, is when you miss, it just takes time. And that's one of the problems is, do they have time to, if you miss, how do you make up for that time? So now you're seeing these teams both flying back and forth. Everyone's cycling very fast. What can they do? Can they get them in there? They do. So you've got both blue rope balls are kind of in the same area. So again, no one's really shooting that middle tower. Blue tried, but it just rolled out. So blue's having a little bit of issues cycling that in. Now they got it in that top right corner. So blue's saying, forget it, I'm going to try and shoot that center tower now. And it spins out. They run out of time. So now we got to see who's touching. That blue's not touching. Blue's got the middle. I don't see any rows. So no rows is what blue wanted. They want no rows because they had the autonomous. They are perfectly fine with that because then it's a ball count. I don't. All right. Oh, red did have a row. I must have missed the ball somewhere. 12-9. I couldn't. Oh, they had this near side. They had the blue side. So that's one you really shouldn't miss if you're blue, if the one's right in front of you. All right, we'll be back in a second.
The high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Show.
All right, we are here for qualification match 24. On the red side, 248D Dauntless is paired up with 355V Orange Mambas. They will be going against 248E, the Stardust Creators, and 244B, Is It Eventually Yet? So lots of Grandville and one Batavia. Well, Batavia, Illinois, but Fox Valley Robotics. All right, looks like I've got blue sides both ready. One of the red teams is ready. The other red team is not ready. So one of the teams left with the ball. They brought it back, so we had to grab a different ball. All right. We got controllers on the ground. We are ready to go. Let's see what happens. Blue just has it roll out. Oh, that could come back to cost them. Yep, they would have had a home row if they would have got. Oh, their teammate just missed trying to follow up. Red has the home row and a win point. All right, let's see what they do. So blue finishes their row, hits a couple other items. Red's quickly cycling a different tower. Blue managed to get theirs done. Just like that. She got both blue teams separated, so you're seeing these teams kind of going opposite ways. Can they do it? Can they get it cycled? Red grabs another, blue grabs another. Blue's trying to grab that top one. They do. Red grabbed that bottom left corner. Blue, just has it spin out of that center tower. So like for these combine types, again, that center tower is very hard to hit. So it can cause a lot of problems. Red quickly cycles another and another. Blue cycles another. Look at that. These teams are so fast at cycling. You're going to see towers changing constantly today. So now red does manage to get one in that center. So no one's got one here. So blue's shooting a corner, or blue gets two different sides. Now blue gets in the meantime, red each has cycled a corner, and now they get a middle and another middle. So blue's struggling a little bit with their intake and outtake. So that little bit of time is just enough red can take advantage of. Now remember, red has the autonomous. So red just needs it to be even. Blue does de-score that middle. Now can they get that corner? In that final second, red gets a row. Remember, red had autonomous. Blue does not have a row. So red has autonomous and one row. That will be the difference. So we'll get a final score here in a few seconds. They're confirming they agree. Everyone's agreeing on the same score. We'll see what we get. All right. We're getting agreement. Everyone's agreeing. All right. Let's see what we get. 28-4, Red with the win. All right. We will come back. Match 24 when the camera comes back up. Sorry, that was match 24. We'll come back for match 25, do a quick put up the rankings. You'll see these rankings move a whole lot. All right. So it looks like these teams are almost ready to go. This is match 25. On the red side, 288A Alpha from Grandville, 244A Viper from Grandville. On the blue side, 248C Concrete from Grandville, and 2011F FaZe Clan. There are Brecksville Broadview Heights High School from Broadview Heights, Ohio. Last little checks, making sure they got the right program running. Oh, now they got their program there. So they got their controller on the ground. All right, let's see what we do. Blue gets 2. They're going for a home row all by themselves. Red cycles. Now can Red get the middle? No one got, they did get the middle. Red with the autonomous win and home row win point. Big advantage for Red right off the bat. 2011F went for the home row, kind of a home run, hit it all on their own is what they went for. They did not quite make it. So that's one of those things, if you try and do it all on your own, you can sometimes have issues. So I don't know why Red's descoring. They're busy descoring instead of just going and scoring. It seems to waste a little extra time. There's a lot of balls on this. For some reason, that top left corner always seems to have so many balls with it. Not sure why. So both red teams, both blue teams are quickly up. Red just missed. 2-0. Vipers having a little bit of issue today with their outtake, so that hurt them a bit. They missed trying to grab a ball. Now they got it. So they're going to take a different tower. Their opponent was in their way, so they said, fine, I'll just go to this one. So now they're going to hit a corner. A little bit of pushing and bumping. Oh, Viper throws one out of the field. And they said, fine, I'm going to come to this side. They're having a, like I said, they just keep getting it caught on their outtake. So that's slowing them down a little bit. And right now, these teams are so good, you can't afford it. So we got 20 seconds left. It is very close. Red has a big advantage in that they've got autonomous. Unfortunately, Viper's still struggling with getting their outtake to put the ball in the tower. Can't quite get it in the middle. Blue's got a throw. Blue might have 2 rows. I have to wait and see. So this is going to be a ball count, and blue might be in. Blue might have it by 1. We'll wait for the final agreement. So this will be interesting. We'll see what it shows. 11-12, 1 point. It was that close. So Viper was having just a little bit of issues with their outtake, so where it would spit it out into the tower, and that was the difference in the match. So 1 point difference. All right, that was a great match, number 25. So those teams will go back to their pits and they'll work on their robots. So if they were having issues with either, so the blue side will probably work a little bit on their autonomous, and red will work on their outtake. So that's the advantage. You see a lot of teams scrambling to work at their pits.
Qualification match number 26, robots, we need you on the field.
Match 26. On the red side, we have 7567C. That's Pi is 3, Grand Traverse Academy. And their teammates are 2011D Dipstick from Broadview Heights, Ohio. They will be going against 9364B Iron Eagles El Diablo from Brentwood, Tennessee. And 244D Dutch from Grandville, Michigan. So we'll see what happens, because usually El Diablo, that's 9364B, they're in your bottom right of your screen, will launch, and then they will try and push one into that center. But 244D usually goes the entire length, so they might get in each other's way. This will be interesting to see how close they're going to be. Usually 2011D will also do the entire home row on their own. So it looks like they'll ask 7567C not to move. We'll see what happens. So we will see when these teams are ready to go. I got 1 controller on the ground. I got 2 controllers, 3 controllers on the ground. All 4. We are ready to go. Let's see what happens. So that is indeed what happens. Oh, Dutch had a misfire. So they got the tower, but they missed one. And that time they did miss. So red will get autonomous with a win point. So the D-score robot, while it does D-score super fast, it's going to have to do more than just D-score. It's going to have to score. So let's see what happens. 2011D, you're seeing how fast they are at scoring. Also with 244D, you're looking at 2 of the fastest scoring robots you'll have here. So they are very competitive against each other. So let's see if the Traverse City team can keep up. So they are not quite as fast at scoring as the other teams. So how fast can that team D-score? Can they D-score while giving enough for their team? Oh, look at that. They quickly, usually teams don't go for the center that fast, but they had it available, so they did. So now you're seeing a little bit of defense, a little bit in the way. 2011D is in the way of each other. They just get in the way of each other. They quickly D-score that whole corner tower, and then they should get out of the way for their teammate. Let's see. 2011D is quickly changing one. Whoops. So a little bit of crashing into each other. Both red teams crash into each other. So now the blue teams are crashing into each other. That's one of the issues. So now you see the drive coach and suggesting saying they say, go this way, go that way. How do you change it? Oops, and Dutch D-scored the center on themselves. Oh, right at the last second. Looks like Red's got a row. Red does have a row, and with autonomous anyways. That will give Red the win. Very close. Great match.
Red won all time. I'm not sure that there is enough on the field. And we're going to have one row.
So 2011D showed why they are so highly ranked. That was very well done.
Should be a red victory, and it is 17-2.
17-2.
Go ahead and disconnect, drive your robot back to the side.
All right. That was match number 26. So here's a quick show of your rankings right now. Oh, it broke it. So we'll have a little bit of a delay to fix something. We broke a zip tie on one of the towers. So the corner towers have a zip tie in the bottom so that the ball can't get jammed in too far in the back. But with the banging they take, sometimes they will indeed break. All right, after field repair done, we are back on the red side. 244B, is it eventually yet, is with 9364D. Iron Eagles Doge. On the other side, 98725B, Falcon, is with 355V, the Orange Mambas. So we have Tennessee, Ohio, and both sides of Michigan. So let's see what these two teams can accomplish. The Orange Mambas are making sure their alignment's right, their programming's right. So they've got a little fixture that they use, line up against the wall to make sure they are lined up right. Looks like we are ready to go. Blue does indeed pop one in. Red basically totally misses and throws one out of the field. It looks like blue was able to finish their row. Blue will get the autonomous win point and autonomous win. So blue will have the advantage on this one. Let's see what red can do. How fast can red change it out? So immediately one of the red teams dives to the other side, works their way back. So they wanted to get away from their other team. Red is quickly, the one red team's driving around trying to score as fast as they can. So they're getting that top right corner, trying to cycle that, and they do. So they're picking up a ball as they go. They jam another red ball in. They pulled one red ball out, but again, that's all right. They're mostly looking at getting control of the tower. They aren't as worried about whether they have all the balls. So again, blue has a nice advantage in that they have the autonomous win. Red's got their work cut out for them. Mambas are a very fast team, so you're seeing them throw it in and out quick. So 244B tried throwing it at an angle. It didn't quite work. So they're just going to descore that tower. But Red's right behind him, or Blue's right behind him, looking to score it again. They miss again, unfortunately. They're running. So defense doesn't seem to work too well. So they're just D-scoring. They're like, fine, which is, it does work a bit. Unfortunately, Blue won autonomous. Red's got to score. Red's got to get rows. And the one red robot looks like it is dead. So 9, 3, 6, 4. Not sure what happened, but they just stopped. There is one blue row at least. There is 2 blue rows. 3 blue rows. And no red rows. So blue will win this. They had the autonomous, and they have quite a few rows. So at this level, these teams are so even with each other. They are all so very good that if somebody has a robot stop in the last 15 seconds, that's enough for the other team to gain 3 towers, which can make all the difference in the world. 35-8 blue. So that was qualification match 27. And we'll move on to number 20. All right, qualification match 28. We have a lot of Grandville teams here. They're all 4 Grandville. On the red side, 244A Viper. They are paired up with 288C Nerd Herd. And they will be going against 288D, Jake from State Farm, and 248A, World Qualified. Obviously, these teams are very familiar with each other. As they scrimmage against each other all the time. In addition to all the tournaments that they play in together. All right, it looks like everyone's ready to go. Here we go. Let's see what red can do. Let's see what blue can do. Blue gets 1 to pop in. They drop it right in the middle. Red gets 1 corner. Their teammate, Viper, just misses. But blue gets both of them. I know he's going to be disappointed with how it's been going today. Blue with their home row for the bonus win point. All right, there they go. All right, red's got it going now. Blue's driving into each other. Blue's cycling it out. There red goes. So both reds are on the blue side. Now they're kind of switching sides again. So we'll see how they divide everything out. If they leave one teammate on one side versus the other. So red's made up a lot of ground right now. So right now with the ball count, red's in a little bit better shape. Oh, they just spun one out in that bottom left corner. It went in and spun all the way out. So right now, red's got a slight advantage. We'll see what happens. They're following each other. You got everybody on the same side of the field. Just like that. So both red teams started to go for the same tower, turned and changed it up. Can somebody... Blue took over that that center tower. They were able to... Oh, looks like 288C, that ball got off of it. They can't de-score it, so they're going to move on. They're just going to move to a different tower and try and score. All right, red was sitting really well earlier. Now it looks like blue is sitting better. Can red make up for it? We got 15 seconds left. How fast can red change it? How fast? What kind of communication? No, it spins out. Now they got to try and get it again. Blue with 3 rows, just like that. 4 rows. So both red teams had issues with when they spit the ball out, they were having a lot of problems with it going in. So usually they're pretty good at it, but they're both having issues. So blue will win this. Both red teams were looking disgusted with how that went. Final score.
Blue wins 54-6.
54-6.
Go ahead and disconnect, grab those robots.
I think 244A is going to be very happy when this day is done. Because they've had a lot of bad luck. All right, so here's the standings where we are right now. Like I said, there's a lot of qualification matches left. There's a lot of movement at this point, and you'll see a lot of movement continue. Match 29 on the red side, 2011B. That is Bruh. They're from our Broadview Heights, Ohio. They are paired up with 288F Goblins out of Grandville, Michigan. They were going against, on the blue side, 536C Life from Appleton, Wisconsin. And their teammate is 288A Alpha from Grandville, Michigan. So we'll see what these two teams do, because both 536C and 288A, the two teams on the blue side, both of them most of the day have been doing the entire home row on their own, and they've been pretty successful most of the time. And I believe 2011B also does a home row, and I know 288F can do the entire home row. So this will be interesting to see what they do. So the teams are talking. They are both going to score different ones. Oh, blue just had a little bit, or red just had a little bad luck in that they cycled one too many reds. But that's all right. They got their home row. Blue got their home row. Oh, red rammed into it. And they lost their home row because of that. That was a bad luck. Blue gets the home row and the autonomous. So that bad, it literally bounced out and stuck in there to lose the tower for red, to cost them a home row. So that was pretty bad luck on their part. So red's got their work cut out for them. They've got to make up for that now. You're seeing quickly teams cycling. They can't even get at the ball. So sometimes the ball will get jammed out of there. So blue did de-score it, but they totally de-scored it. There's no towers in it, no balls in the tower whatsoever. So blue's in there. Blue, oh, they spun it out, so they're just going to D-score it, but they're going to grab their own and then throw that in there. So you're seeing 536C and 2011B basically hitting the same two towers next to each other as fast as they possibly can. So you're seeing these two going back and forth, nothing going on. None are really getting an advantage here across the top. So they're playing a little bit of defense, bumping into each other. Their teammates are kind of doing the exact same thing. You've got 288F is fighting with 288A on the bottom of your screen. So no one's really getting a big advantage right now. Blue's got more of them, but now red just made up the difference. Oh, now blue took it out. So this will be very close. Blue at the last second, can they block it? They do block it so that red cannot get this top row. I don't see any rows. Nope, red did get a row. All right, this will be a ball count. It might be red. Looks like we had an issue with the broadcast on Facebook, so we will still be on YouTube. Red Alliance pulls it out at the end, 12-10. That was such a close match. Well done. So those last 2 seconds does it. So one tower change in hands affected that match. All right, so we will go to a commercial.
Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican.
Hey, and it's a red balloon. What a shock. All right, we are back for qualification match number 30. On the red team, 355E, Eagle, out of Batavia, Illinois. They are paired with 2011F, FaZe Clan, Broadview Heights, Ohio. That is a good pairing. So you've got two teams that were finalists at their state and two teams that are just having really good days to begin with. They are against 248D Dauntless from Grandville and 11124R T-Rex Push-Ups from Elyria, Ohio. All right, I got two controllers on the ground, but he's still double checking something. All right, it looks like we got all the controllers, but the robot's not quite ready. All right. Looks like we're ready to go. Blue, they can't quite cycle all of them. Red gets two of them. So they are going with a home run try. 2011F does indeed, and they cycled all of them. Blue missed. So red with the autonomous and the win point. All right. So you're seeing some quick changes of Blues trying to make up for it. They're going to have a lot of work to do now, unfortunately for them, with Red, because, like I said, Red is a very good, very fast team. Both robots are fast. Both Blue robots are very fast at what they do also. But Red has that autonomous, and, man, that is such a huge advantage. It's hard. I stress it a lot, but it really is that important for these teams. So, because just like that, Red's got a red row, Blue's got to break it. So Blue just did break it. Blue's trying to break another corner. They do take the corner. So there's a lot of balls rolling around on this field. 2011F shoving somebody around. So look at that, just like that. That was amazing. These two teams on the Red home side are just trading towers fast. So they're trying to see what they can do. You can see that. Didn't even bother with shoving a bunch of them in there, just jammed them in. Let's see what we got. Oh, there they go. Now they got it. Let's see if anybody gets the middle. We got 8 seconds. Now you might see somebody get the middle. Yep, just like that. Eagle goes, just misses the middle. No one gets it. I see one red row. Just the one red row. But when you put that with autonomous, it looks like Red will have the win. That final score was 13-6. I lost my ability to show it to you, so I got to try and fix that here in a second. They're double checking something. Red had Auton and a home row. Final score 19-6. So we had to verify their home row win point. All right, we are back for match number 31. And I've got my loose wire fixed, so now you can see the score at the end. On the red side, I have 248C Concrete from Grandville. They are paired up with 9364G Iron Eagle Gamer Squad from Brentwood, Tennessee. On the blue side, 2011E Exhaustion. Right now, they're the #1 ranked team. They are paired up with 4410B. That is Technocracy Bravo from St. Cloud, Wisconsin. Technocracy Bravo. All right, they're just doing their final check to make sure they are set up. So it looks like they might have it fixed. So now they got to check their alignment. They got to plug in their controller. I got 3 controllers on the ground, 1 more ready to go. All right, let's see what we get. Red nails the 1 corner. Red cycles the center. Blue's got 2 towers. Let's see what red can do. See if it's just out of alignment. Oh, it missed. Blue got their home row. Win point for blue also. So that's another big thing. So that will continue. That will definitely help 2011E with their ranking. So blue and red quickly changing towers. Red actually descored their own, or didn't score a tower. I'm seeing blue score quite a bit. Let's see what they can do. Red does cycle it around just like that, and they do end up getting it scored. So you're seeing some very quick tower changing. Oops, red just cycled it too fast, and they actually cycled a blue into the tower. So sometimes that happens where you just cycle so fast, you grab the wrong one. So no one's got this top right corner. Blue was struggling with it a bit, or red was struggling with it a bit. Now blue is struggling with this corner, and they finally get it. Red's doing a lot of descoring, but they got to do some scoring. They're having a 9364. Sorry, wrong number. 9364G is having some issues with their outtake. Now they got it rolling. They were struggling to get it to kick the ball out. Now they're doing it. Boy, this is going to be an interesting match. See who can score, who can get towers. You got quite a lot of nothing. So red's doing a good job of descoring, but they got to get some towers. They got to get some control. They got 9 seconds. Can they get a row? Red had autonomous. Blue had autonomous. I see a red row right off the bat. Blue has the middle row. Red couldn't descore them. I didn't. Blue has that middle tower. That could be the difference. That gave them a row. Red was trying to descore it. That if they would have scored on it, that would have given red 2 rows. Actually 3 rows. As it is, red and blue both get a row. That should, with autonomous, that should let blue, unless I missed something, I must have missed a row. Blue did get it. 16-12. I think red was celebrating because I think they missed a tower. They missed that blue had that center on the far side, and that gave them a row. That was a very good match. So again, that's why autonomous is so critical. Puts you in a hole right off the bat. All right, match number 32. This will be an all Grandville, Michigan match. On the red side, 248E Stardust Creators. They are paired up with 288A Alpha. They are going against 288D, Jake from State Farm, and 244D Dutch. I know Dutch would like to get on a better roll today. They're struggling a little compared to what they're used to doing in most tournaments. So let's see what they all managed to do here. So now these teams are getting their autonomous, they're getting themselves lined up, double checking things. Getting their control. 244D is asking something. So they're asking to make sure the ball's in the right spot, because that will affect autonomous. So let's see if 244D is going to run across. Is 288A going to run across? From looking at 248E Stardust Creators, the way they've got the ball on top, I'm guessing they're going to just drop that in there. Let's see what happens. So Dutch throws 2 in. Unfortunately, they've got a red ball in there, so this could be interesting. Just like that, both teams do get it, but by ball count, red might have it. Nope, it might be a tie. It'll be interesting. There's one blue I missed. I thought it was another red. So this will be very close, but both teams will get an autonomous win point.
All right, both sides with the win point. And we have an autonomous tie. Both sides get 3 points. Let's settle this in drivers.
It is a tie. So it's all on the drivers. What can they do? So this should be interesting. These are two very closely matched teams. These teams also know each other very well. So you're seeing these teams trading sides. So the red teams are kind of by each other. The blue teams were by each other, but they moved, so they are no longer by each other. Red quickly takes over at another tower. Blue's quickly taking over some towers. All right. Look at this. So this will be an interesting one to see what these teams do. So the two blue teams ended up by each other, so they decided, forget it, we're going to go away from each other. Now both blue teams are kind of jammed up together. Now they're away from each other. Oh, now it's in, just like that. So a little bit of crashing, you're going to see these teams bump each other like crazy. Now Dutch has that top center. They're going to go for the corner. They're saying, oh, no, I'm going to go over here. Spin around. Get that cycle. They're leaving the other balls in. They're just going to change it out. How are they doing it? How fast? They quickly dive around. So this is looking really even. Can somebody get that center? Oh, blue does just like that with 1 second left. I see a red row. I don't see a blue. With the tie, that looks like red won it. Just like that. So the struggles continue for 244D. As that one red row will be the difference. They got that center at the last second, but unfortunately, one red row. So this will be interesting. It will be close, but it looks like Red's going to win this one. 21-13. So that row, they had the ball count and the row, as it turned out. All right. That was match 32. We have 33. We have 6 qualification matches today. All right, qualification match number 33 on the red side, 2011B Broadview Heights, Ohio. They are paired with 244A Viper from Grandville, Michigan. On the blue side, 11124R. That's T-Rex Push-Ups from Elyria, Ohio. They are paired with 2011D Dipstick from Broadview Heights, Ohio. So some pretty high-ranking teams, if I remember right on this one. So let's see what they go for. 2011B has traditionally been doing the entire row, and 2011D has traditionally been doing the entire row. So we'll see what they do. Both teams do continue that. So the two Brecksville Broadview Heights High School teams have been very consistent on hitting their home rows. They've hit it most of the time. It might not be all, but I'd bet it's all but one at least. We'll see. Blue cycles one tower. Red cycles the second tower. Oh, and they missed on one ball. That might be the difference. Oh, and they have it spin out. Blue with the win point and the autonomous win. All right, so now Red's got a lot to make up with. Red immediately shoots to the other side and quickly starts changing some towers over. So both teams, both alliances, are doing a good job of keeping their teams separated from each other. So just like that, well done. Both teams are quickly changing over. Unfortunately, both red teams started going the same direction. So what can they do? Oh, red team's getting in each other's way. Terrible job of communication. That's going to hurt them. These teams are all so close. No, I can't have it on the broadcast. They'll shut it off. All right. So again, red and blue quickly changing over. Who can take a tower? Who can take a row? Blue doesn't care about rows. Blue is perfectly happy if no one has a row. And blue just took over that center. We got 30 seconds left. How fast can somebody change it over and get that center tower? Can somebody get that center tower? Red's trying. Red does get that center, but now they've got to make sure and get that corner. They get that side. Can they get the corner? They're trying to defend it. No, blue does take over that center. Oh, can't do it. What do we get? Blue's got a row. Blue with the row and the autonomous. Just at the last second, that will do it for them. That center tower helped. but the corners were what was needed for red. That broke up 2 rows on them. So blue did a very good job of not going for the same tower. That is very difficult because obviously those teams were so close to each other. 2 towers made the difference. So 29-6, blue with a win. All right, that was our 33rd match of the day. All right, our teams are loading up for match 35, or match 34 rather. On 34, on the Red Alliance, 248D Dauntless Grandville Robotics. Their partner is 9364B El Diablo, or Iron Eagles El Diablo, Brentwood Academy, Brentwood, Tennessee. They are against 248C Concrete out of Grandville Robotics, and 244B is it eventually at Grandville Robotics. So they're all getting their programs ready, making sure they've got the right program loaded, making sure their alignment's right. 9364B, that's the top right, or sorry, top left of your screen, the red team. They will launch. We'll see if they can make the basket. They've been close, but they've struggled with getting it to actually land in. Let's see what it'll do. So we'll see. They kind of catapult it. They're mostly a defense. So the red team really needs, oh, it just misses. Red team really needs that autonomous win. They're going to get that middle. Oh, it just bounces out. Blue just misses. But this will be interesting. It's a ball count. They broke 2 rows, but red, no home rows. Red got it because they cycled the 1 tower entirely. All right. That helps red because they've got the D-score bot. That's what they want. They just want to empty everything. Good defense there. They just kind of push them out of the way. So blue's got to score. So this will be interesting because that red team doesn't care about scoring anymore. They just want no rows. So what can they do about no rows? So blue's staying away from each other. Red's playing a little bit of defense. Red's playing a lot of defense, actually. So blue's just trying to get some balls because they're all jammed up in that top left corner. So blue's trying to quickly drive around, and just like that. So that was very quick. All of a sudden, red was in very much control, and in 5 seconds, red took a number of towers, or blue, sorry, took a number of towers. Blue needs some balls. Oh, and they just damaged the field. Red just hammered that middle tower, and they pulled it right out of the floor. So I don't know if anyone's even going to be able to score in that one anymore. So we've got 10 seconds left. And blue just missed because I don't see any rows, which is all red cared about, was no rows. So it's a ball count, and I don't think blue has enough to make up for it for the autonomous. It's going to be tight, probably 1 or 2 points is all. So we're going to have to take a break. 12-11. That's how close that was. 12-11. All right. We're going to take a slight break while we fix the field. So we'll show you the food trucks we had set up. I think I've seen it before, but I'll show it again.
Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more. Until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have Food Truck Alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue,
Yeah, a little more repair than I was expecting. We'll be back in a
6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs, elephant ears, ice cream, caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School, where you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside. Until 6 p.m., join us at the high school and enjoy barbecue, Mexican, hot dogs, hamburgers, corn dogs.
All right, welcome back. So we took a little bit to get that fixed. We are back for match 35 on the red side, 4410B. That is Technocracy, Bravo. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I really need to talk to them. South Eden Robotics Club. They're out of St. Cloud, Wisconsin. 288C. Nerd Herd, Grandville. 2011F. FaZe Clan, and 355E, Eagle. Oh, it looks like blue just missed. Red, I'm not sure either. This is an interesting one. So they got to add it all up. Ball count. Blue did win it on the ball count. No win points on this one. All right, let's see what happens. So teams driving to the other side, playing a little bit of defense on the way through by 355E. There, now they got that ball out. And unfortunately, they cycled it too fast and they threw their own out. So this top right corner, if you look at 355E, the way it's sitting, they're trying to pick a ball because the way the ball's sitting, the red one is higher. So they are struggling getting that out, and now they got it. All right. 44-10 at the top center is struggling with that ball. They might have a robot issue. It looks like their robot's stuck or it's having an issue. So they asked their teammate to come through and to try and help them. So their teammate is going to try and bash them off, except their teammate missed. So you're seeing some teamwork. They're trying to break them off that tower. They are stuck. Now they got them. Well done by them. Unfortunately, that took a lot of time. And you notice that the blue team took advantage of that, and they started cycling towers like crazy. So now the blue team has a lot of the towers because red was having to get themselves unstuck. So, and that's extra hard on red because remember, blue took autonomous. Blue almost gets this corner. I don't see any rows. It looks like it's broken up enough where there is no rows. So it'll be a ball count, but blue could be touching. Blue had autonomous. So they were trying to get that corner. So with those two, that red team getting stuck, that might have been the difference. It really hurt them. (19-4), blue with the win. We are back for match 36 on the red side. 98725B Falcon from Rochester Hills Christian, Michigan. 248E is their teammate. That's the Stardust Creators from Grandville Robotics, Grandville, Michigan. They are against 9364D. That is Iron Eagles Doge, Brentwood Academy, Brentwood, Tennessee. And they are teamed up with 536C. That is Life, Xavier High School out of Appleton, Wisconsin. And I think one of the teams just realized they have an issue. As someone from 9364D just went running out of the field. All right, they're back. Looks like the red team's all set up. Looks like blue team's set up. We got thumbs. Nope, blue team is not ready. They're making sure that they've got their ball in the right spot. All right, let's see what happens. Blue rotates itself, gets one in. Red gets one. Red gets both towers. Oh, blue had an extra cycle, and they just accidentally added red cycling again. It needs to stop cycling. It did stop cycling. Red just missed the middle tower. Red gets a row. Red gets the row.
It is going to be advantage red here, red row right here. They are not touching the top one, so that one's still good.
So on their pop top did not work for red. It missed and rolled out, so they didn't get their win point, but they get the autonomous. All right, so the red teams kind of run into each other, both going the same ways. Red quickly throws one in. Blue quickly throws one in. Boy, that is a fast robot. What is that? 536C. That is so fast at cycling. So the one blue robot was playing defense. The red robot was trying desperately to get away from it. It finally was able to. So what can they do? They're trying to de-score. I don't know if they lost their intake or what, but it looks like they lost their intake, so they're just trying to de-score. Nope, it works. So I'm not sure why they were doing what they were doing, but they were just doing defense instead of trying to score. The one red team's trying to get that center tower, which is a very tough tower to hit. Now, can they do it? Nope. Spending a lot of time again not getting that center, but they got it now. Now they got to get a corner, and they do. They go straight for a corner, and they've got it. Now they pick up another red. Now can they got one blue in there. Nope, they missed the blue, and they pull it out. That worked out really well. Blue just threw two in that center tower. Red gets another. No one's got that center. Oh, red de-scored their own. A little bit of blue's got a row down the middle. Red does not have a row. Blue's got another row. So it looks like blue made up for the loss of autonomous. It looks like they have two rows. Red does not have a row. So we will see what happens. All right. Final score. Close match. Blue is celebrating, so it looks like they did indeed win. Blue 22-12. Well done. Two matches left here in the qualification round.
caramel corn, and more until 6 p.m. at the high school. Thanks for joining us for today's Midwest VEX Showcase from Grandville High School. Here you'll find 25 of the top teams from the region playing in a season finale. While the action's going on inside, we also have food truck alley outside until
All right, we are almost ready. Qualification match number 37 on the red side. We have 248A, world qualified out of Grandville, Michigan. They are paired up with 288F, Goblin, also out of Grandville, Michigan. They are going against 7567C, that is Pi is 3, out of Traverse City, Michigan. And 9364G, Iron Eagles Gamer Squad. They're out of Brentwood, Tennessee. So let's see what these teams can do. Can they get their autonomouses to work? Some teams that traditionally have do a great job on autonomous are having a terrible luck today with it. Let's see if these two teams can get it to work. All right. Looks like, oh, we had to do a bit of field repair. Didn't know about that. Sorry about that. Now they're just confirming the heights are correct. So it looks like all our teams are ready. They've all got their controllers down, preloads in, robots lined up. Just getting the final repair tweaks on the field. All right, that is it. They're ready to go. All right, let's see what everybody does. Everybody's moving, so we're using all the team's robots. I'm not sure. Oh, it does manage to push it in on the red side. Red does get them both. What about blue? Blue did not. All right. Red with the win point and the autonomous. And here goes driving. Let's see. Blue's gonna immediately start driving to make up for it. They're trading sides just like that. Red did manage to throw it in that top right corner. So now Blues, I'm not sure if they're playing defense. They're just having issues with their intake. So playing a little bit of defense, they're going to see what they can do. So 248, after a lot of driving, finally gets around the other teams and is able to change. So they're trying to see where to score. Red has most of the towers. Blue is starting to change that now. All right, just like that, Red's trading. So what can Red do? What can Blue do? Red does get that corner. Blue's having a little bit of struggle. They're trying to get that corner. Oh, and underneath it goes. So unfortunately, so they got to find, Red's doing a lot of driving, but they aren't getting the ball. So what can they do? So red team grabs 2 towers right next to each other. What can they do in the final few seconds? Just like that. Red gets a row. Yep, blue's got their home row also. No one's got the center, but red had autonomous. So blue needed to make up for more of it. So as long as blue isn't touching that that near right corner, which it doesn't look like they are. This looks like with red having the autonomous, blue would have to make up a lot of balls. Let's see, everyone's agreeing. Let's see what the final score is. Red 26, blue 5. So blue must not have gotten that row. They must have been touching it somehow. So not sure how. So that happens sometimes. You get a contact. So here is the rankings before our final qualification match, number 30. All right, this is our final qualification match of the day. This is number 38. And on the red side, we have 2011E Exhaustion, Brecksville Broadview Heights High School, Broadview Heights, Ohio. Their teammate will be 355V Orange Mambas, Fox Valley Robotics, Batavia, Illinois. On the blue side, we will have 288A Alpha, Grandville High School, Grandville, Michigan. They are teamed up with 288C Nerd Herd, also from Grandville, Michigan. So let's see what happens. It looks like all the teams are ready. Maybe not, but we'll see. It looks like they're all ready. So we'll see how they're doing it, if they're doing a home run or what everyone's doing. All right, let's see what it does. Red gets one in the middle. Red cycles a bit. It looks like red got their home row. They're still driving, so they're crashing into each other. Blue also got their home row, so it's going to be a who cycled how many. Or will it be a tie? So it'll be a count. Let's see how many we are. So both teams will get a win point. It looks like I thought blue has it. We'll find out how many. It depends on that far corner. Did they cycle it? It is a tie. So both are +3. All right, away they go. Now they're changing. How fast can they cycle? Blue quickly just rams one into the middle to change it over. So you've got a blue and a red at the top fighting each other for the towers. Then you got the blue and the red on the bottom fighting for that bottom row. Then occasionally they'll shade off and somebody will hit the middle. Right now, red's got the middle. Blue with just enough defense to stop. So one of the teams yelled pinning, but unfortunately for them, they could still move. So that is not actually pinning. It's only counts if you are not able to move. So this is kind of interesting in that you're just seeing these two teams both trading back and forth. Each has one. Each is just bumping one as they go. So right now it looks like red has the advantage, but just like that, oh, red does take the middle finally. So let's see, final 15 seconds, who can score? Right now it looks like red's got a slight advantage. Can they take advantage of it? They've got that middle diagonal, and they've got the center row. Blue does not have a row. So it looks like red will win our final qualifying match of the day. Both teams did get that win point, so that will help them both in their rankings. Let's see what our final score is. Red 25, blue 10. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we will be for the qualification matches. It will say 5-2 morning qualifications. So you can look for that in the morning. We'll be starting around 10 a.m., probably a few minutes before 10. Thank you very much. Glad you're able to watch from Grandville, Michigan. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again. We will leave the rankings up here for a minute or two to run through, and then this broadcast will end. Thanks again.